Hello and welcome to Portia, Raw and Real. I'm Portia Bruner, the host of The Portia Show, weekdays. Raw and Real is a podcast that takes us a little deeper into the conversation that we ran out of time on the show, but we wanted to continue here on the podcast. So when you are in love and you are on the road and you are living out of an 18-wheeler, the 3 strikes already, you coming back because we're going to finish this conversation. We had a wonderful conversation with Mila and Jermaine Horton. Hi. So we had to keep it going.
Yes.
We had to keep it going because I know everyone has so many questions and there's only so much we can ask in 30 minutes. But I want to just, for the folks who did not get a chance to watch the show yet, go to PortiaShow.com and go check it out, the Hortons. How did you guys meet and fall in love? Tell me the short version of your love story.
Oh, okay. So in 2017, our friend was having a get together, and me and we went there at the time. Yes,
she wasn't your wife yet.
She wasn't my wife yet. Yeah, but at the time, we met up there, and we was just having a good time, at his house or whatever. And then after that, took her home and dropped her off, and that was the last time we seen each other. Then the next year, fast forward 2018.
Well, when you dropped her, when he dropped you off,
his friend asked him to drop me off.
Yes,
I gotcha.
Yeah, we met through our mutual friend.
Gotcha. So he's dropping you off, and you're like, oh, this guy's nice. Or you're like, oh, this guy's he's cute.
I thought he was cute.
Okay.
I did, but at the time he wasn't stunting me because he had a girlfriend.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
you appreciate that, you know.
Okay, respect that.
Yeah.
But he dropped me off, and I was like, man, Jarvis's friend is really cute. I didn't know he had a girlfriend, but I just knew he wasn't flirting with me because of that reason.
Gotcha.
Now,
respectful, and we
Yes.
love respectful fellows. All right. So then a year later,
Yeah, a year later.
you guys run into each other again.
Yes. at
Same
her party.
friend.
Same friend.
Shout
yeah.
out to Jarvis.
Shout out
Yeah,
to Jarvis.
shout out to
It
Jarvis.
sounds like we all need
Yeah.
a Jarvis in our life. Jarvis, come through.
I'm telling you.
So what's happening then? You're
Yeah.
still in a relationship or not?
No, not at that time.
So how did that change how you interacted with Mila?
I came in and I saw her. I walked to the balcony and I saw her like standing down there. There was a lot of women down there, but I noticed her though.
Oh,
I noticed her.
It's the birthday party, baby.
Oh yeah, and it's her birthday party.
Okay.
It was her birthday party,
Gotcha.
and I was DJing, so I was supposed to DJ for the party.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I got invited too.
And
Gotcha.
that's how we initially exchanged phone numbers.
Yes.
Now.
Okay.
Because Jaws like, I have a homeboy, he can DJ your party because I'm turning 22. It's my first time ever throwing something big for myself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to go all out, but I can't afford a DJ, right? So
Right.
he's like, my homeboy can DJ for you.
Yeah.
And when we say DJ, we mean like
With the
giving him the
aux
aux,
cord.
not literal.
Right. No. Just play the music.
Yeah,
Right.
just play the music.
Keep the music going. All right. So at what point though did you guys go from my DJ from the party to I think I like you?
So the balcony.
Back to the balcony. Okay. So the balcony, I looked over and I noticed her, and she was wearing like this blue romper, and I was like, wow, she is.
Oh my gosh, I
stunning.
love that you know what a romper is. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was like, she's gorgeous, and I saw her hair, and I was just like, oh man, like yeah, we definitely got to go talk to that. So
Oh my gosh, you didn't mention how he was telling Jarvis before the party. He said it'd be crazy if. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I said thank you, baby. I said it'll be crazy if one of us go in there and find our wives. I said that
I still, to
at
this
the
day,
cabin
think
party.
that's
Yes.
crazy.
I said that before the cabin party. So, and I walk out with the birthday girl, and I thought that was crazy. Like, oh snap!
God, the DJ got the birthday girl, and then the birthday girl became the bride.
Yes.
When did you guys? How long had you guys been together when you recognized? Okay, let's do this life thing for a lifetime.
So we dated for about 2019. Hold on. We dated for a couple. Yeah,
Just a year.
We dated for a
and
year.
you knew after a year this was the one.
Yes.
Okay, so you proposed. You said yes. Nobody's hesitating.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I did think he was crazy when he did come to me one night and tell me, you're going to be my wife and
Yep.
this and that. I'm like, slow down.
Slow down.
We
was
just
like-
met. This was after the birthday party. So after the birthday party, we already have each other's numbers for talking about what music I
Right.
want. And yeah, we just were talking on the phone every single night from there.
So when you decided to propose, where'd you go?
Oh, we went to the Cheesecake Factory in
I love
Jacksonville.
that you went to the
Yes,
Cheesecake Factory.
yes.
So are you like, just side note, when you heard the story about the poor fella who invited the nice lady to the Cheesecake Factory and she tore him down and shred him up, were you like, hey, it worked out for me?
Yeah.
I was like, what's wrong with the Cheesecake Factory?
Right.
Yeah, we
I
was
love
looking
the
at each other
Cheesecake
like,
Factory.
yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. you know?
Views expressed or not expressed by the Cheesecake Factory. We're just here to say it worked out,
It worked
right?
out, yes.
got
But
the
I
ring.
love the part though that you said on the show that God told you, even though it sounded like you really did. You meant that. That
Yes.
was sincere. That was not performative.
No. God had gave me a vision, like a quick little vision, and I saw Mila and I saw like a white picket fence. That was it. And I was like,
not the picket fence.
hey, I don't
When's
know.
the last time you heard a 20-something talk about a picket fence?
But
I love it.
But I saw it, and and I was like, I was so hyped, and I was like, you know what, baby. I had went over there and was like, baby, oh my God, you gotta come out. And then she looked and she's like, whoa, slow it down. Like, yeah, you're a
I just
lover
thought he was
boy.
a lover boy that
Yeah.
falls quick. That's what I
Oh,
thought.
Gotcha.
initially.
But you fell too.
Yeah, I
And
did.
here we are.
Yes.
we are.
So, and I think it's falling in a good way, clearly, right? Let's talk about how you end up, though, going from your own apartment, right, to, hey, babe, I got this idea. Why don't you get on the road with me? How'd that conversation go?
So after I had the conversation with God, because God told me, I brought it to her, and I was like,
Let me pause you there. What did God say? Because, sometimes if we're just honest, right? Sometimes we're like, God told me to do such and
Yes.
such. And sometimes it's us sort of manifesting what we want to hear from God. What did God say?
okay, so God told me, I was reading Ecclesiastes chapter 11, and it talks about the investments of
Sending your grains.
sending your grains across the street, sending your grains across the sea. So just, investing in many ventures. And it talks about how the one who waits does not sow. So, as that scripture was speaking to me, it was Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 4 talks about the person who
Waits for good weather.
waits for good weather doesn't plant. So
Right.
I felt like God put it on my heart to like let me know, like, hey, your time is now. Like, you gotta go bring this to your wife, and y'all gotta make a move, because I brought you in town for this.
I think
Yeah.
I'd like to add too that Jermaine was already on the road before I met him back in 2015.
Yes.
He was on the road by himself.
Okay.
And
15 to 16. Yes.
yeah, for a year. And then you want to tell the story about how you called your dispatch and you were lonely?
Yeah, so I called my dispatch and told my dispatch, because I was having conversations out there by myself. At the time, it was me and my dog. And I just remember feeling like I didn't have like a social life out there by myself.
Yeah, because
So-
this was your full-time job at
Full
right?
time,
Okay.
yes. It's just me and my dog. We would travel. And I remember just like, man, God, like, I want a social life, And he was like, okay, like, I'll bring you in the city. And I was like, cool. So I called my dispatcher. She was like, I understand you're like 20 something right now. You want a social life. It's okay. Like, go ahead. So I told myself I'd just find something to drive in the city as far as city work. So that's how it started. Like,
That's the time period that we met
Yes.
when he got off the road, came into
Gotcha.
the city. So it's kind of, to us, if we look at it in a big perspective, outside perspective, it looks like God took him off the road to come in the city, grabbed his wife, and went back
his
out
Got him
on
back
the
on
road.
the road. Look
Yep.
at that. Look at that. I
Yeah.
love it. So listen, I want to talk more about the actual process of living out of an 18-wheeler. You are, and to be clear, you are the CDL driver. This is
Yes.
not, you can't drive the truck.
No.
If you wanted to drive the truck,
Right.
you can't drive the truck. And I know, I guess early on in some of the feedback from some of your followers, folks were like, you got him out here doing all the driving. What's she supposed to do?
Yeah.
Right? But you are doing so many other things. How do
Yes.
you two make this work?
They don't see the behind the scenes, So it's like on the outside world, it looks like she's freeloading. He's just driving, and we did talk about
freeloading off of your husband.
Off my husband. Yeah, that's the language.
How do you
of today.
respond to that when people
I don't
say?
Respond.
Good
I don't
for
even
you.
give it energy. You know,
we go high
But
when they go low.
Okay.
Got it.
Took a place of growth to get there. Okay,
Yes.
because I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you know, them fingers be wanting to.
Yeah.
But so to backtrack, when we got out there on the road, we talked about me possibly getting my CDL and team driving together, but we came to the conclusion that we like the setup that we have, because if we did both drive, the truck would be constantly moving.
Yes.
So it'd be like he drive
just
at night,
always working.
I drive in the morning.
Yeah.
He drive at night, and then that doesn't leave time for like
Intimacy
actual
in the middle.
intimacy, actual hanging out.
Right, because that's
Date nights.
working all the time, and
Yes.
you do actually have fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we see you chronicle that on your social media. Where do people find you on social media?
At Coupled by the Miles on
Gotcha.
all platforms.
Yes.
And so that's where you share some of your adventures.
Yes.
Let's talk about the adventures of cooking in an
Okay.
18-wheeler
Yeah.
and showering at rest stops,
stops.
at truck stops. Which one is harder, first of all? Because I'm thinking the water's it's cold.
It gotta be cooking.
And
It
it's
gotta be
time.
cooking.
You can't even take a whole long shower, right?
No, we can.
I thought
we
there
take
were
all the time.
timers on those things.
Oh, no.
No, ma'am. We
Oh.
can stay in there as long as we want.
Yes.
I'd say it's cooking the hardest part,
Yeah.
honestly.
Okay.
It takes. It can take like all day. Like it could be an all day task.
Yeah, because you're using one
Instant pot.
one item at a time.
Oh,
So,
right. Yeah. So what do you cook? Like, what do you guys eat on an average day? Like,
Random
what's
day?
Yeah.
Roast beef. Everything.
I can cook anything. You can cook in the kitchen.
Wait. Okay. What are you cooking on? Like, okay, visually.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
So what is there? An air fryer?
Oh, yes.
There's a stove. I mean, there's not a stovetop.
No.
There's a microwave. What else is in the kitchen on the 18-wheeler?
I have an electric skillet,
Okay.
an Instant Pot, an air fryer, and a microwave.
Okay.
And I cook a lot in that Instant Pot and skillet.
And we did also have like a conventional oven, but we had to put that in storage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just
it
taking
was
up
too much
space.
space.
I was like, a whole what? No,
Yeah.
not in the cab of the. How long did that last? That would have been the second day. Listen, this got to go. We're gonna stop over here and Buc-ee's and get some snacks and keep it moving. That's a
telling you.
lot. So tell me when it gets tough, right? Because you're still. I mean, you've been married a few years.
Yes.
But marriage still can be a challenge.
Oh, definitely.
What do you do when you've got a haul to deliver, and he is on your nerves or she is on your nerves?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start off by saying, sometimes we close the curtains because obviously I'm driving and she's in the back. So that's
the
how
visual, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
thinking of the cabin of the truck.
Yeah.
You guys are always next to each other, but then you're talking about that little space,
That space
right
with the-
behind,
Yes.
and before the trailer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's
so
nice.
there are curtains.
So it's called a sleeper.
The sleeper, that's
The
it.
sleeper. I
Thank
got
you.
you. I got
Thank
you.
you. Clearly, I haven't dated a trucker. All right. So, but they're curtains.
Yes.
When, is that enough? Like, I mean, really, if we're going
Yeah,
at
yeah,
it, and
yeah.
you two are so nice, I'm sure you have never just
no, that is
never
not true.
gone at it.
That is
But
so not
if
true.
you ever have to go at it, is the curtains enough? Do you ever have to pull over, get out, and go for a walk?
Yeah.
There's definitely been times when we had to pull
Yeah.
over and go for a walk. There's definitely been times. And I don't sit up there up front with him all the time. Like sometimes I go to the back, I close the curtains, I put on my headphones, watch Netflix, watch TV, or he's listening to a podcast or football. But yeah, we're not perfect. Okay. We
Not
definitely
at all.
had our moments out there. And it just takes us working through it.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing
Forgiving.
else to do but work through it.
Yeah.
And to forgive faster too. So that is really a thing.
You said you forgive faster.
Yeah. Well, being
Just because
out
you're
there.
going through the process,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
In
Yes.
real time.
Yes.
We'd had to work on our communication levels, and I've come to understand that we didn't really understand each other's communication
Styles.
until we got out on the road.
Tell me more. How so?
Because when we were in the city, we were living in an apartment. Although we were in a small apartment, he would have his time at work. I would have my time at work. I would go out. He would go out, and then we come back together. But we're constantly around each other now.
Yeah.
So it allows you to see the person to its fullest. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
It allows you to see the good, the bad, the ugly. And so we come to the conclusion where it's like, you know what? Wow, babe, like, you're not a good listener, or I'm not a good listener, or are you not hearing what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so there have been plenty of conversations.
So what do you do when you want to call a parent or call a friend?
Oh,
because you can't be like, yeah, girl, you know, he started to be in the front seat, so I can't say nothing. Or, you know, then you know she in the back in the sleeper. I can't say. What do you do in those situations?
So I'm gonna say that we normally just keep family and friends out of our business.
Yeah.
You can stop right there. That is the end
if we're
of
being
the
honest.
Conversation. Wonderful point, because that is so necessary to keeping everything intact, right?
Yes, and I would say, you know,
especially in such an intimate relationship.
Yes, I would definitely say, like, we're quick to forgive each other, but your family and friends
They
on the
hold on to
opposite,
stuff.
they might hold on to that.
They
you
still
know,
mad. Yeah.
still
Listen,
mad.
you let
know.
there was 3 states ago,
There you
and they
go.
still mad. Right. So what happens next? How much longer? You've been on the road for 4 years. I can't imagine that you plan to. And no judgment if you are. Okay. You're not trying to have the babies on the truck.
No.
So, okay, when do the babies come into the picture? And I'm not saying when are you going to have babies. When the babies come into play, right? How do you plan to manage that? Or is that when it's time to go back to the house?
What that? Yeah, that
We
right
will
there.
be not on land, because we're on land while we're driving, but
Right.
we will be
Not in
stable
motion.
and settled, right, when we have kids. Like, that is the
So that's
whole
something
goal.
you two have talked about.
Yes.
But right now, partnerships are going well,
Yes.
right? This is working for you on social media, and it's working for you as the, you know,
The
man,
driver.
as the driver. So this really is a good business partnership.
Yes.
I have to imagine you're saving a lot of money.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, definitely.
Do you mind? Can we quantify that? I mean, for folks who may be watching, like, you know what, honey, maybe we should try this. How much are you saving? How much do you spend?
Well, our expenses, I'm gonna say it tops off because we minimized on bills. So probably I would say like $1,000, no more than $1,100. And then as far as saving, like
That's a month?
Yes,
No,
a month. No, that's a
I
month.
was like,
that's a month.
That's a
Oh, a month on saving?
No. I said that our
So here's
expenses.
what I know. There's no cable bill,
No.
right? Because you're Netflixing, right? So there's lots of gas, obviously, but
Yes.
that's the cost of doing business. But I just think of all of the things that we have at home, our daily home and utility bill. That's not what you're having to deal with.
Right.
You're dealing with the cost of a truck, which is technically part of the business, which is technically the write-off.
Right.
Yes.
So do you feel like you're saving like thousands of dollars a month versus what you would have
Yes.
been doing in a house?
Yes. I was gonna say, like, we try to put away about like 2,000 or so, like, you know, a month or something. So
You are saving $2,000. So you're telling me potentially saving almost
yes.
$25,000 a year
Yes.
in
Yes.
your 20s. That's a game changer.
yes.
That
But
is a game changer.
I also want to add too that we packed up our apartment and put everything into storage. Some people, they still do have their homes,
Yes.
so it won't look the same for
Same.
everyone, because some people still do have, you know, we have car note, but
have a car
that's
note.
pretty much our biggest
what
bill.
you still doing with the car?
Well,
When we come in the
we gotta
city,
get
we
here.
gotta
Did
get
everybody
around.
gonna pick you up? I'm joking. I get it. I
gotta
get it.
come
I get
see you,
it.
don't we?
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. So tell me what's the plans after this, right?
Oh.
Because you want to keep growing.
So the plan is to pay off the truck, because the first truck we had, it was a Freightliner. That was just it was just a regular lease. But this one right here, we put money down and we're actually owning this one. So
Paying this off,
it's
yeah.
paying this one off. So
Congratulations.
yes, thank you.
That's an asset,
Yes.
for sure. And
Yes.
assets as young married couples, that's so important. You know, as much so as the home ownership. So
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What kind of questions do you get from your followers?
Oh wow, so many. How do you shower? How do you cook? How do y'all not kill each other?
Yep.
How do you make it work? It's pretty much just all about around the lifestyle, like, because
Yeah.
a lot of people are interested in this or curious about it. So yeah, just the how do you?
How do you do?
What is, tell me something that you've learned, and you kind of touched on this, the learning each other, how you each other communicate, right? Tell me something about your wife that you have learned that's made you sit back and go, oh my gosh, God really has blessed me with an amazing woman.
So
From
you
the
know-
process of being in a truck together.
Okay, so I would say that I would say it's more so just seeing the many hats that she wears. And I'm really appreciative of it, you know, and I'm very blessed and thankful to know that, you know, I actually have, you know, a helpmeet that's you know, here to support me and my vision.
You can tell you were raised in church. Man.
But also I will say I want people to know that I support her vision too, because she wants to be an influencer. She wants to, you know, take this social media, you know, as far as it can go. So it's like really bringing the both of both worlds.
Yeah, the best of two worlds.
Yeah, the best of both
for sure,
worlds. Yeah,
clearly.
together. So.
My last question before we wrap up. It's so clear, so crystal clear that your faith is so sincerely and tightly woven into every mile on the road you guys are traveling. How do you, it's not like you get to go to church every Sunday. So is there like you're watching different ministries, you follow your own church online and, you know, log on? How do you get to stay connected?
Okay, so we stay connected by staying connected on online. So like we'll be on YouTube or Instagram through church service, and we watch Apostle Joshua Selman. So we'll tune into him, and we'll pray on the road. We'll you know, tune into service. And this is an everyday thing. Like we'll just pray every day. So it's just a constant communion with each other and with the Holy Spirit. So
that's beautiful. It is beautiful.
That's it.
I cannot wait to see where your journey takes you next.
Thank you.
This is beautiful. Mila and Jermaine Horton. Tell me one more time. Coupled by the miles. I'm so honored to get to tell your story. Thank you so much. And again, tell folks that's where they can find you on social media, right? Coupled by the miles.
Yes.
On all platforms. All over TikTok.
All over TikTok.
My goodness.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing your
Thanks for
story.
having
And thank
us.
you all for tuning into another episode of Portia, Raw and Real. Be sure to let us know what you think. Tell your friends. And be sure to watch Portia weekdays. Check your local listings for details. And of course, streaming on Fox Soul too. We'll see you next time. Bye now.